Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the Algebra 1 concept of writing linear equations, specifically how we can do so given a table of values, and we will do it in 5 minutes or less. So we have a table of values over here, just some basic xy coordinates, and we need to write it in either the slope-intercept or the standard form. So first we need to find our slope, and we have our formula right here. So let's just take 2 points, and if you can find a 0, that's great. So let's just take these 2 points right here. All right, so I'm going to label this my y2, my y1, my x2, and my x1. You just want to label it to make sure you're using the right one. So my slope is going to equal -9 2/3. minus -12, so that's going to end up being +12. That's fine. And then I've got 1 minus 0. See, that worked out great because I don't have to do any division. So it's just going to be whatever it is up here on top. So it's going to be -9 2/3 plus 12 over 1. All right, so that's going to end up being 2 1/3. All right, so there's my slope. So if I want to put it in slope-intercept form, right, I can do this. Y equals, here's my slope, 2 1/3 x. Now I need to find the y-intercept. But you know what? They've already given that to us right here. They've already given us, if x is 0, then our y-intercept is going to be -12. So sometimes check your table of values. Sometimes they're going to give you that y-intercept right there. So this is how we would write it in slope-intercept form. If I wanted to write it in standard form, right, all I need to do is get the x and the y on the same side. So let's bring the 12 over to the left. So let's just add 12 to both sides. So that's going to be 12 plus y equals 2/3 x. Bring the y over here. So that's 12 equals, I'm going to go ahead and make that 7/3 x minus y. Usually we don't like that denominator there, so I'm going to multiply both sides by 3. And so we're going to end up getting 36 equals 7x minus 3y once we distribute this out. That's how you would write it in standard form. Let's look at another example. This one is not so easy because they don't give you the y-intercept. They don't have an x of 0, so let's use these table of values. First, let's find the slope. And you know what? I'm going to use these 2 points right here. That's my y2, my y1, just because I don't see any fractions there. It's going to be a little bit easier for me to subtract. You can pick any 2 points you want to. So that's going to be m equals y2 minus y1, 2 minus 1. And that's going to be x2 minus x1. 1 minus -5. So that's going to be 1 over, and that's 1 plus, -1 plus 5. So that is going to be 1/4. All right, so it's going to be y equals 1/4 x plus b. Now I've got two options here. I can use my point slope form, or look, I can just take 2 points and plug them in here. Let's try that. So let's take my 5. So 5 equals 1/4, here's my x, times 11 plus b. All I got to do is isolate that b. So 5 equals 11/4 plus b. So if I subtract 11/4 from both sides, right, and what is 11/4? Let's make that 2 3/4. So it's 5 minus 2 3/4, so that's going to be 2 1/4 equals b. All right, so now I've got this in my slope-intercept form. It's going to be y equals 1/4 x plus 2 1/4. If I wanted to, I could do point slope form. I'm going to use those second points there, and it's going to end up being y minus 2 equals, distribute out the 1/4 x, and that's a +1. So plus 1/4. Just need to add 2 to both sides. You get the same thing. Y equals 1/4 x plus 2 1/4. So you got two options there to find your slope-intercept form, and if you wanted to, you can easily switch it into standard.